and you are. We are Citizen Outbreak. Welcome to the podcast.
We're live. We're back on Citizen Outbreak podcast. We had a lot of technical difficulties the last couple of days, but now we're here and working. Matthew, have you chilled out a little bit? Are you?
I hate this shit. I'm good.
Well, you're good.
Yeah.
The stress of Thanksgiving and everything has passed.
Thanksgiving was great, man. I was down in Miami with the fam. Had a great time.
Did you do any Black Friday shopping?
You know, I did online. I didn't go anywhere.
So you did the Cyber Monday?
Yeah.
Or you just went online on Black Friday?
No, I just went on online. You know, it comes across on Instagram. It says Black Friday, and you see the big percentages. And
Yes,
I got. You know what I got? I got Champion sweatshirts, which are very soft. At a good price too. I hadn't worn Champion in a very long time. And they're not perfect because they've got a bad seam up here, but it's very comfortable. They're making a good sweatshirt. It's tough to find a good sweatshirt.
Black Friday, I think, is a scam. I think Black Friday is a scam. You know,
How so?
Well, because I've noticed that a lot of these stores, you go in like 2-3 weeks before, and the price says $600 for the Samsung TV or the Champion sweatshirt, and then all of a sudden it says marked down, but the price is really the same. They just jack it up a couple of days before, and then they.
Well, yeah, it's you know, my mother always would walk into the house, and she's like, and my dad said, "That's nice. Where'd you get that?" She goes, "I got it on sale."
Yeah,
you know, that's the old. It's the old. You know, they just say sale. You know, I mean, why should you know, the Champion sweatshirt was like, I think $27, which is nowadays for a comfortable thing to wear. It was good, but you know, cost them God knows.
my
Nothing.
daughter wanted. Well, we didn't. She wanted the Aura ring, right? But in order to, I have a deal on Aura.com, like directly from them. So if I buy it from Best Buy, it doesn't count. So she wanted this ring, but you know, you got to get it sized up. Do you know the Aura ring?
Do you wear it? I thought you wear the whoop.
I wear a Whoop. She wanted the Aura. So in order for us to order it, we needed to get sized up. So we were in Florida, and she says, "Hey, can we go to Best Buy?"
They do it for you at Best Buy?
No, they have a things lined up, and they have the different sizes, and then you put your finger in and see which one's your finger, and then you.
I didn't know that. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't realize it was Black Friday, and then we got there, and it's a zoo, and there's police out. I'm like, "What's going on?" And the guy's like, "Oh, it's Black Friday." Oh, it's Black Friday. Okay.
That's crazy. I didn't. I mean, people are still going to shop in person.
People, and it's a racket. It's a racket. Do you know how Black Friday got started, Matthew?
No, I'd like to know. I actually don't.
I'm going to tell you right now. Black Friday started with Philadelphia police in the 90s and the 60s using the term to describe the chaotic traffic and crowds from shoppers who came to the city the day after Thanksgiving. Retailers later rebranded the day, promoting the idea that it was the day their business went from in the red to in the black, profitable due to holiday sales.
Wait, so was it originally racist?
No, it just means you go from, because I guess the retailers.
Well, no. I understand red to black, but you said that in Philly the cops were using it for a different reason. Was it racist in the beginning? I think you just broke news.
I think it was racist.
Wow. How did they not come across this? We got to rename Black Friday.
But the term black has nothing to do with race. It went from red being red in ink to
read
black.
What you just wrote again.
What do you mean?
You said originally the cops called it because of the people that came in on the Friday after Thanksgiving went shopping. Later, you said it was rebranded by retailers about red to black.
Oh, you're right.
Right. I'm paying attention, Boychik.
You're right. I'm not paying attention.
I'm paying attention to you.
Aha.
I'm saying
the Philly cops were racist.
So it could be a racist deal, this Black Friday.
Racist. Black Friday is racist.
That's wild. How have they not gotten on top of this? Yeah,
Black Friday is racist.
it's racist.
It's racist.
I think, yeah. I mean, what do we do with that now? There's a
I
class
don't
action
know.
somewhere.
We have to talk to somebody and find out, like, how do they feel? I think we need to set up our first interview with somebody and ask them how do they feel.
I mean, I'm offended.
I'm offended. I'm offended.
You know, I want to get into a car and drive to Minnesota. Is what I
This
want
is
to do.
not good, Minnesota. Well, that's our next topic, Minnesota. But real quick, before we get into Minnesota and the issue that's going on in Minnesota with the Somalians and Tim Walz and Al Shabazz, I just want to
Who's out? Yeah.
the whole
Sorry.
thing about Black Friday,
Yeah.
Cyber Monday it's a scam, and the retailers are using everybody's this whole thing. Thanksgiving should be spent with your family. The next day you should be relaxing. Don't go early in the morning and wait online. Yes, you want a deal, but you're not getting a deal.
Let me ask you. You have a lot of hats.
I got
right?
a lot of hats. I wear a lot of hats.
But your hats are very personal. But where did you get this hat?
This hat was given to me by our friend Robert.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a birthday present. It says
Cool.
counselor on it.
No, okay. It's a good one. I like that. It's very fitting too, by the way.
Yeah, because I'm with all the kids all the time, and he's like, "Oh, you're the counselor."
I like it. But so
Camp counselor.
you know, in terms of the Black Friday and the shopping and stuff. So I mentioned sweatshirts, and you know, Instagram listens and everything.
Of course they listen.
Right. What I'm saying is, I can't tell you. I'm giving sweatshirts away always, and it's like a thing because it's, you know, sweatshirts aren't an expensive item typically, and if it's when they show it well online and they show that sale thing, I'm like, ooh, maybe that's the good one because there's a lot. You know, I always am buying sweatshirts. I have so many sweatshirts, and I really only wear them around the house. But it's one of those things with the Black Friday. So like when those sales came up, and I was like, oh, champion, because I got one. I went to this birthday at this place in Brooklyn actually, and they had this great comfortable sweatshirt at the Turk's Inn. Anyway, they had good kebabs too, but
We used to wear those champion sweatshirts in elementary school. It was like a thing.
absolutely.
Remember?
Yeah. But they're very soft now.
Yeah.
They were very rough for a while.
Yeah, they were rough. Hold on.
Now in the technical difficulties in the booth.
No, not technical difficulties. I'm looking for a wire.
No,
I found it. All right, now back onto forget about Black Friday. People, again, spend it with your family. Don't, you know, if you want deals, that's your thing, but don't go anywhere on Black Friday. It was terrible.
what did you go turkey or did you go ham or did you go both?
No, we went to a restaurant. You know, I was cooking for a long time turkey, you know, do the turkey, and I spent many hours on a turkey. And every time I made the turkey, nobody was eating the turkey. My kids don't eat turkey. My wife doesn't eat turkey. My mom doesn't eat turkey. It was me and my dad eating turkey. I had this big turkey. Nobody's eating it. So a couple of years ago, I think it was around COVID time, I said, you know what? No more. I'm not cooking. I'm not slaving over this. Nobody's eating. And then I don't eat the leftovers.
Did you ever have a turducken?
I have had a turducken, but
No, you have not had a turducken.
Yeah, I have had a
Really?
turducken. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wojcik.
But I'm never cooking turkey. Well, no, never.
Have
say
you
never.
cooked a turducken?
No, it's too complicated.
You know, we were the word turducken with my family must have been used around 173 times in that 2 days. So on my Instagram feed, all I had was different preparations of a turducken.
Great. Now I'm going to probably have turducken on my phone all the time.
It's pretty disgusting to watch them make a turducken, actually.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, but we went out to a restaurant to eat, and I had turkey at the restaurant because but it was a good turkey. It rained. I don't know, but it was nice.
Yeah, it did rain. My mother made a ham. It was great.
Ham. Yeah.
The Virginia ham.
Virginia ham.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, let's get into it because we are limited. Sorry, people. This will be a shortened episode because of the technical difficulties and because I have a thing to go to.
Rite of passage.
I need to get dressed. Back to Minnesota.
Yeah. I started laughing. I was sitting with somebody. Ooh. R word.
He should not say it. So look, I'm worried. We know how these things go. They start with taunts, they turn to violence. So deeply concerned. True.
Tim Walz.
This guy is unbelievable. It's like,
Can you imagine? Wait, no. First of all, Matthew, do you actually think that people are driving by his house and saying, "Hey, Tim, retard, you're
I
a
hope
retard"?
so. They
That would
should.
be fantastic. I'd like to see video of that, but I don't.
I'd like to get in my car
guy's
now
a
and drive
fucking
across the
liar.
country.
The guy's a liar. All he does is lie nonstop. And the biggest lie of all that he has coming down right now is the fact that over $1 billion has disappeared under his watch. And where has it gone? And now the man who's been lying and things that he's been saying, we're going to turn the page on him. We're going to turn the page. We're going to turn the page. We're going to turn the page. He's done. Over $1 billion has disappeared.
Who's done?
Under his watch. Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota.
I hope this is true. This was a great thing if people are doing this. They're driving by his house. I think about, that scene in Hangover? Paging doctor, I love that scene. I would drive cross country. I have half of my, I'd like to get into a car and drive cross country just to I didn't live in suburbia, but there was a movie called Can't Buy Me Love with Patrick Dempsey.
Can't Buy Me Love?
Yeah.
I watched that movie 100 times.
Amazing movie. They couldn't make a movie like that today if they...
On Arizona.
Wait, I think he also filmed the Pizza Boy movie there.
The Pizza Boy movie was also filmed in Tucson, Arizona.
Right?
And that was called
Loverboy.
Loverboy.
I mean, those were great movies, but why were they filming in Tucson so much? It must have been cheap. But
Revenge of the Nerds was filmed there.
Was it really?
Yeah, I think there was another movie filmed there. Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds. If you look in the scene, you could see the University of Arizona in the background in the first Revenge of the Nerds.
That makes sense. Back to School was filmed at Wisconsin, but Can't Buy Me Love. That's where I learned about I never saw it, like flaming bags of dog shit. Did you ever see
Flaming Dogs on Gate Night? The day before Halloween, they used to call it Gate Night. Now it's called Mischief Night, and now I think they changed the name again to be PC.
Right.
It's something else. It's whatever it's called. It's something else.
But in the movie, they have the flaming bag. I'd love for people to like. That would be a great campaign if people. If I could picture Tim Walz coming out of his house with like one of those propeller hats on, and like there's a flaming bag of dog shit there, right. And I can picture that.
Matthew.
I don't want to incite anything, but I hope that happens. Well, there's Gemini, but ChatGPT does it.
And you could create a video like this of Tim Walz.
Pika Labs.
Go on there later today or tomorrow. And we'll put it on our Instagram. Outbreak.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we don't have to repeat. But I think that would be great. I thought about like the dildo campaign, the WNBA.
Throwing it at him?
Well, no, I'm just saying this could be something great. Like I just picture people driving by, hey, retard! Or if it was just something better, like honk, if you think that he's retarded, so that people are just driving around his neighborhood honking the whole time.
Oh, my God. You just gave me a great idea, but I mean, this would probably only work in Minnesota. But I sent you the picture of the idiot in the Subaru with the New Jersey license plates.
Yes.
And he had the Zohran Mondami sticker.
Yeah.
She's not even a New York voter.
Well, that makes sense that she's a voter.
But what if we had a sticker that said, honk if you think Tim Walz is a retard?
Well, yes, you should do it. I'll do it right now.
Sell.
Yeah.
Tim Walz, honk if you think Tim Walz is a retard.
We should sell that on our... Ladies and gentlemen, we've check this
Maybe
week.
We can't say retard, maybe the R word.
Oh, what? Why? What's wrong with retard?
I don't know. The retard is offensive to a lot of people.
I thought retard came back.
I thought it came back too. I think the retard came back. I think President Donald Trump is...
Honestly, I got to tell you something. If you came in, or if somebody came in, let's say looking serious, and he said the R word, I'd have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Respect. No. Ridiculous. No. Reject. No.
I wouldn't get to now I will, but I wouldn't have gotten to retard. I didn't know there was like you had to hyphenate that or hide that. I know that it's gone.
You know, I always told my kids, don't say that word, don't say that word. But then I started saying it around the house, and now they're saying it. Am I a bad parent? No.
No, you're
I
a
mean,
great
it's kind of bad. Look, I don't call a person that with a disabled person a retard, but I call somebody that I'm dealing with at work, not like an employee, but like someone that
I think that's the offensive thing about it.
Like today, the lady in the Subaru with in the New Jersey license plate she wasn't even driving properly, and she was a retard.
You could do, like my dad used abbreviations, hoo-ha, H-U-H-A, head up her ass.
Head up her ass.
Hoo-ha. Sticker idea is great. We got to do this.
So, Matthew, how did this conversation about Tim Walz and the fraud come about?
Please.
3 years ago, federal prosecutors in Minnesota filed the first charges in what they described as the largest pandemic fraud in the United States. $250 million scheme, which now includes up to 75 defendants, revolved around nonprofit groups called Feeding Our Future that partnered with the Minnesota Department of Education, U.S. Department of Agriculture to distribute meals to children. But
so this is like SNAP.
But they didn't go. And they were also bribing jurors.
To do what?
So during the trial, one of the fraudsters that was convicted and several other defendants, including distribution site operators, pleaded guilty or been convicted in some cases, receiving multi-year sentences, ordered to pay millions. One defendant also pleaded guilty to attempting to bribe a juror after a member of the jury in the fraud trial found a bag with $120,000 of cash in her home.
Wow.
Matthew.
Yes.
The fraud in Minnesota is rampant.
Yeah.
And
have you seen the mayor?
None of this money is going to people that need it. None of this money is, and we've seen this with all the other COVID stuff that's been going on. But in Tim Walz's, this guy could have been the vice president of the United States.
Well, Tim Walz is like a really special case. You remember they burnt down Minneapolis. Like they just burnt it down. And at the time, even like when people were really caught up in the whole BLM thing, it still was kind of like, whoa, what's going on here? And it's incredible that they took him out of all the people and decided to try and make him vice president. Because I mean, the city burnt to the ground. Like it was crazy. They remember they burnt down the police precinct. Then they ran him, and he's a total dummy. I got a kick out of Walz. And yeah, he's. But imagine between him and Kamala, who's the top, who's the bottom of that ticket. I don't. That would have been amazing. Actually,
I don't know, but and then they have this Somalian problem.
Well, they flooded the place.
Right. So what's the connection, Matthew, between the fraud and the Somalians? Do you know?
I don't.
I'm going to tell you. Most of the people charged in the Feeding Our Future case are of Somalian descent.
Well, I think no, but the whole city, the whole place is Somalian.
The whole place is Somalian. They're taking money, Matthew, and they're sending it to Somalia to Al-Shabaab. Do you know what Al-Shabaab is?
No.
Al-Shabaab is a terrorist organization.
Right. Mogadishu?
I don't know about Mogadishu, but it's Al-Shabaab. This is, so we're paying taxes. Tim Walz's Somalian people that he's protecting right now are taking the money, stealing the money that's supposed to go towards people that need the money to eat because it's feeding. And then those Somalians are sending it to Somalia out of our country. So this is taxpayers' money going out of our country to sponsor and fund a terrorist organization.
Yeah, it's amazing. Look, we have a similar problem going on in New York with what they decided to do with the illegals and where they're sending tax money. We spend more on on them than we, there was, I saw something, we spend more on the illegals here than we do on our fire department, on the budget for New York City Health Department, and there was, sanitation. And those are things that if you're a taxpayer, those are direct returns on your money, right? It's crazy.
You're right, Mogadishu.
That's where Al-Shabaab is.
There's not a lot of news about Al-Shabaab in Somalia.
I mean, place has got to be a dump.
There is Al-Shabaab's travels, so you could book your travels to go to Islamabad.
Ooh, that's Pakistan.
I know it's Pakistan, but for some reason there's a company called there's a travel.
Al-Shabaab.
Should we go take a visit to? All right. Anyway, since we're trying to condense this episode, Walz is a retard, and Somalians are stealing
the
money.
R word.
Sorry, the R word. Somalians are taking money. They're sending it to Somalia, stealing taxpayer money. There's a lot of fraud, over $1 billion worth of fraud, and we're gonna figure out what's going on. Next topic, Matthew.
What's the topic?
Micheal Jordan, the greatest basketball of all time.
The GOAT.
The GOAT is suing NASCAR.
Yeah. What's this about? Because I didn't see it.
Okay. So the way NASCAR works is there's two families that own NASCAR, and you have to pay to play. So Micheal Jordan is accusing of NASCAR of being an illegal monopoly. The NBA legend Micheal Jordan is suing NASCAR, the biggest U.S. motorsports company, accusing of it of operating an illegal monopoly. Because he owns a team, he owns a race car.
Mm-hmm.
His racer is Danny Hamlin, 3-time champion Daytona 500, and he's a co-owner of Jordan's team. Jordan's team is called XI Racing.
Yes.
Jordan and Hamlin, along with Front Row Motorsports, are accusing NASCAR of illegally making hundreds of millions of dollars by stifling the opportunity. NASCAR CEO Jim France, who inherited the stock car racing business from his father, NASCAR's founder, denies any wrongdoing. So what is this really about? The trial, which started in October of 2024, and we're just hearing about it now, is taking place in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And basically, I didn't know this, but apparently 70% of the teams lost money in 2024. NASCAR teams lost their money in 2024.
Yeah.
So even if you win a race, you lose money. These NASCARs, the cars, they cost a lot of money. The teams
cost same thing in F1. I mean, it costs. It's a cost center.
Yeah, right. But in Formula One, you have I think the distribution is a little bit different. I think here they take 65% of your money for everything.
So the media split, or
I think everything goes towards the Daytona, the race car owners, and then the rest goes to the team. So you're always losing. And then you have to then it's a charter agreement system. So it's like a franchise. So you have to, there's contracts, they're renewable, they're revocable, they could kick you out at any time. So it looks like it might be a little bit of a monopoly is what they're saying. And it does seem like it if they're making more money. The current revenue model that they have is not, it doesn't go.
It's interesting, but why is it? It's interesting that he's the first one to bring it up, because that sounds like the charter system is what it's called, huh?
Right, the charter system.
It's interesting.
NASCAR has argued that the charter is not required to compete and pointed to an increase in payouts in the latest charter agreement. 4 of the 40 car spots in NASCAR series are reserved for open teams or non-chartered. Look, I don't know, but if you're losing money and Micheal Jordan is constantly losing money, the reason why Micheal Jordan got into NASCAR in the first place is because he was a huge, huge fan.
Yeah.
And if you're not making money, then you got to.
Well, so this is interesting. So it's saying, I didn't know. I don't follow. I love cars, but I'm not really. It says, this has been something. This has been a grievance for a long time, but the teams are, I guess, for the reasons that Jordan is kind of underlining here, is that basically they're afraid to sue. They're afraid to really speak out because there's such a chokehold on the the brand, and there's no if there's no competition against the brand, right? You don't want to piss them off. The other teams aren't saying. So Jordan's saying, I don't give a shit though. He's an outsider.
Jordan's saying, look, this is not fair. I'm losing money. I'm losing millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, and I want compensation. I want it to be fair, and I think it should be fair.
Interesting. Look, I mean, from what I'm briefly reading right now, this is interesting, and it looks pretty cool that he's doing this. I mean, this
could blow up NASCAR and maybe
well, I mean, what's he? If he
wants a fair split. He wants a fair split.
I mean, they basically,
you get a purse, but you also are supposed to get a big percentage of everything, like merchandising, sponsorship, all that stuff. You're not supposed to split 5%.
Well, so like all the leagues, right, have a revenue share agreement between the teams and the owner, and the league rather. So like on the media deal, each teams, and then so the owners and the players and the teams, they all split. Formula One for revenue structure. Okay, so they split 50% goes to the teams. So they've got, and NASCAR just has never really. So that's the beef. NASCAR does F1 is they've got like there's transparency on it. And it's 50% of the money goes to the teams. NASCAR is saying he owns the entire supply chain. You have to buy everything from him. You got the race tracks, everything where you're training, everything. He owns the universe.
Right. So he's got the McDonald's.
More, yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, you said it right with franchise. With franchise, you said it because like Starbucks, corporate, Starbucks is going down at the store level. There's a lot of competition in coffee, but the corporate was going up for a while because they make you buy so much. They've got minimums. So, the people at corporate, that they're making money, but in order to keep your Starbucks open, you got to keep on buying so much syrup, so much this. And a lot of the at the store level, a lot of them weren't doing well. They closed like 1,000 of them in the city. So
that's the beef with Micheal Jordan.
Well, go Micheal Jordan, man. I think it's pretty. Did you see the video of him walking into court?
No, I did not.
I'll say it was pretty cool. It was like him and like 27 people, and he was just walking in cool. Yeah, I mean his legal team.
Yeah, I mean I'm sure he's got a lot of money. He could buy it, and I think he's got a good case. All right, our last and final topic. I'm sorry that we are short. Frank Sinatra, Blue Eyes.
Tell me.
He's got a big penis.
He got a big dick.
He's got a big dick. Big penis. Big penis Frank Sinatra. Paul Anka was giving an interview, and he said that he was in the steam room once, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was either in Las Vegas or in Palm Springs or something, and he was in the steam room, and he happened to see Frank's big willy.
Yeah. Paul Anka went wild.
Paul Anka said, "Oh my goodness, look at the Frank and beans."
He's back. Oh yeah. So Ava Gardner, that's the famous quote about Sinatra. Ava Gardner said Frank's only, because he was a really skinny kid when he was young, when he was in his 20s and everything.
Like 100-something pounds.
So Frank's only 110 pounds, but 10 pounds of it is cock.
I mean, look, Frank Sinatra was a ladies' man. Everybody, he was known for it, but now. But now,
Paul Anka.
The Paul Anka spilled the beans on what he was actually hiding in his pocket or in his pants. Go Frank Sinatra.
Did you ever hear Adam Sandler telling Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon, whichever one, about when he was in the movie with Shaq?
Nah.
Do you have a minute? I'll tell you. 30 seconds?
We have 3 minutes.
So it was actually funny. I saw this on Instagram. Adam Sandler's on there. So they're like, oh, so Shaq. I think it was like Grown Ups Part 4 or something. And Shaq was in it. Like he had a cameo. So he's like, yeah, we're playing basketball. So after the game, everybody's sweaty. I go over to Shaq's trailer. He says, I got to see his penis. And then the crowd laughs. What do you mean you got to see his penis? I said, it's Shaq. You're not going to not try and catch a peek how big this guy thing. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, so I walk over and I go up to the thing and you hear the water. And all of a sudden, this big black guy gets in my way. Says, excuse me. And he's like, I said, I'm sorry. He kind of caught me. It was embarrassing. So he says, he walked away kind of embarrassed, blah, 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 blah. came later on at like the cafeteria or something. Shaq came up and said, you know, man, what's going on? And, you know, Adam Sandler's like, he's like embarrassed. He's sitting there. He's like, oh, you know, I spoke to that bodyguard of yours. He, blah, blah, blah. And Shaq's like, what are you talking about? That was my dick. Anyway, I mean, it was funny the way he said it.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for you guys today, but we'll try to come back sooner, maybe over the weekend if you're not busy, Matthew.
I'm not busy. Let's do it over the weekend. Let's speak.
All right, over the weekend, we will do something, maybe a longer episode for you guys to catch up. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. CitizenOutbreak.com. Buy a game.
And honk if you think that Tim Walz is retarded.
Please honk if you think Tim Walz is retarded. Thank you very much. And we'll see you soon.